So I'm just going to assume that most of you fans did not know that Joe Nemechek does have a Busch Series title to his name. But that's okay, that's why you have me to tell you about it. So let's get into it. When Nemechek first entered the NASCAR Busch Series in 1990, he took a page out of Alan Kulwicki's handbook. Rather than waiting on an opportunity to be handed to him, he said, forget that, I'm gonna start my very own Busch Series team and go race full time. Not only that, he was competitive from the start. In his rookie season, he would finish 17th in the points while going on to win Rookie of the Year. Then in 1991, he would improve with 16 top 10s and would finish 6th in the standings. So heading into the 1992 season, Nemechek was the title favorite by some, but not a whole lot. In what would be the closest Busch Series points battle before the playoffs, he would have to beat two future Cup Series stars in both Bobby Labonte and a young Jeff Gordon.
Earnhardt and Burton need to get in line now because, look, we have a 4 or 5 car length advantage for these front two cars. Joe Nemechek, the leader, and Sterling Marlin. They can do a breakaway if those fellas behind them don't get in line.
Vinny, you just hold your breath every moment that these guys are running so quickly because you know if somebody gets slightly out of shape, it could cause a major, major problem.
I mean, they would have to be 15, 20 cars involved in the crash because at 190 miles an hour, and that's about the speed these cars are traveling right there as they enter the corner. At 190, you can't stop it on a dime. Neither can you steer it on a dime. The car is going to go where it wants to go for a little bit.
But so far, everybody has been in good shape. Ben in a multi-car crashes turn number 2.
That's Joe Nemechek, outside pole sitter. That is, the car is burning, I believe.
And we have seen fire on numerous occasions here this afternoon. And it looks like that car is...
There's Bobby Labonte over there in 63, Chuck Bound. There's Michael Waltrip once again, our pole sitter.
99 car, Ricky Craven involved, and here it is again.
Here we see him right to the right of the screen, just some contact, and the 87 car spins. He goes down, and what happens is you got to go back up. As he goes back up, we're right behind the sign, but watch as these cars come in there, and boom, Chuck Bound nails him. That's the 19 car of Tom Peck. Bobby Labonte goes down. There's 24 car, 34 car. That's Todd Bodine, the Hungry Jack car.
That looks like a fuel fire, Benny. These cars obviously were full of fuel because they had just come in during that most recent caution period, and when the car made hard contact with the wall and when he was hit by Chuck Bound.
Is Joe on the way to his first win? I'll bet his mom hopes so, right, Dave?
You bet she does. I watched Martha Nemechek for 10 straight laps. She got this little arm pump down every time Joe went by. But now you know you're getting close to victory. One lap it's the arm pump, and the next lap she's taking pictures of Joe. Is he going to hold on and win this thing?
I hope so. I hope God is with us.
What's the thing you're most worried about right now? That's Mom Nemechek. She's pulling for him. She's taking pictures. She's pumping her arm, and she's pulling for the finish.
He's on the backstretch, headed for turn number 3. This time around, he'll see the white flag from Carl Simmons, and there'll be one more circuit to go. Here he is. White flag is waving, and a spin by Jeff Gordon and Ricky Craven. They've come together in turn number 1, and this race is going to end under caution, and Joe Nemechek. Oh, my gosh.
Look at Martha. She's about to have a heart attack. Oh, sit down, girl.
He came so close. He had to get on the brakes, and the car almost got out from under him. He almost made contact with Ricky Craven, whose car is stopped up in turn number 1. But here he comes down the main straightaway, and the checkered flag falls for Joe Nemechek. He wins the KROGER 200 in dramatic style. We thought it was going to be a boring ending, and there ain't no way.
There's Martha. Look at him. Is she happy or what?
Mom Martha and the rest of the crew celebrating the first win of the season and the very first win ever in Grand National competition for Joe Nemechek.
Then Robert Presley drives up beside and congratulates Joe on his first victory.
February 15th, Daytona Beach, Florida. The 1992 Busch Grand National season opener heated up in a hurry as this multi-car crash on lap 70 saw front row starter Joe Nemechek's Chevrolet totally engulfed in flames. Many believed his promising season and career had disappeared behind this cloud of fire extinguisher chemicals. But a mother's worst nightmare turned into her wildest dreams because emerging from that fireball came one competitive ball of fire. Lakeland, Florida, Joe Nemechek reeled off 13 top 10 finishes, a pole, and collected his first career victory 3 weeks ago at Indianapolis Raceway Park en route to assuming the Busch Grand National Series point lead.
And I've got to wonder if Dale didn't lift right there because Joe got himself squared away.
Looked like he's, got into him and says, man, let's regroup, do this thing over again. But
yep,
they definitely got together getting in that corner. But Nemechek's car hadn't been that high all day. He was out a little bit further than he'd been all day long.
And look at Nemechek.
Right back on the outside.
With the motor.
Good little racer coming right here, I'm telling you.
Their nose to tail, nip and tuck again. Well, in track and field, they call this the bell lap. They ring the bell and 1 lap to go. And that's the dinner bell. Here they come.
Earnhardt back on the inside. White flag's out. This is the last lap.
That would have been a dead heat.
Would have been now right here before Nemechek was able to get away from him, pull him down this back straightaway. See if he can do it again.
Back straightaway, Earnhardt pulls away. Nemechek's going to be right with him entering turn 3.
It's going to be right to the wire, I'm telling you.
Nemechek up high, Earnhardt down lower. He's been strong, scoots away. Now, does Nemechek have the power, and can he get it down?
Off of this corner is where Nemechek's really made a run. Here he comes to the wire. He's going to beat him to the line.
He's going to win it. Joe Nemechek picks up the victory, win 2, and for 4th place behind Todd Bodine, Jeff Gordon holds off Kenny Schrader and Bobby Labonte.
This track that was scene of a crash fest back in April becomes the setting for the title bout for the Busch Grand National Championship. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mike Joy. With me once again, Neil Bonnet. Neil, what an interesting set of circumstances. 2 drivers within 100 points to challenge for the crown, and it all comes down to this tough 3rd-mile oval.
I tell you, they got their work cut out for him, Mike. Joe Nemechek has had a great season. He has to. He's been leading in the points. But it hadn't been that way all season long. About mid-season, they were out of money. They couldn't even continue running the race. He ends up winning at Nazareth. It gives him a little bit more money to go racing. All of a sudden, he's back in the picture. But the thing he's got to be concerned with today is finishing on this tough racetrack. He needs to survive. It's hard to do here, Mike. It's not going to be easy to finish up front.
Nemechek carries a 33-point lead here to Hickory. Let's find out his pre-race strategy from Glenn Jarrett.
Well, Mike, I'm standing here with Joe Nemechek. He's awfully relaxed for a guy with all that stuff on the line in front of him. And, Joe, hard to avoid things on a racetrack like this. What's your strategy today?
Well, we're going to start out, just kind of hang in there and see what happens. Let everybody get spread out and find out what they want to do. And we definitely have a car that's capable of going to the front. We ran good when we tested here, and we qualified 8th. Had a little practice here a little while ago. Car's awesome. I mean, awesome. We're ready to go to the front and hopefully win this race.
Are you nervous?
Well, just before any race, you get your adrenaline pumping and stuff, and as soon as I get bolted in the car and they say start your engines, that stuff's gone.
Okay, good luck, Joe. Mike?
If the race ended now, look at that. 1 point would decide this championship. Now, if they were tied at the end of today's race, I believe Labonte would be the champion based on more second-place finishes than Nemechek. They each have 2 wins.
He can see Nemechek now. He can see Nemechek on the same straightaway, and he'll probably go all out to put him a lap down if he can.
Let's have a look and see what happened. Here coming out of turn 4 from our speed shot camera. There's Nemechek at the top of your screen.
Serious trouble right there. He was real lucky. You see the rear tire still moving on that car. He's getting himself in position to go ahead. And he was real lucky. Everybody think, there we go. Great camera work.
Turns the car around, cranks it left.
Now you'll see Craven come in here. There's Houston. A little further. There goes Ricky Craven. He's already climbed up on Tommy Houston's car.
What happened to Craven? The 19 car got into the back of it.
Nemechek has dropped to 16th position. If the race ended now, Bobby Labonte would be the series champion by a good margin.
Boy, here's the thing. Nemechek sustained a lot of damage in that wreck. Let's go down to Glenn, please.
Well, Neil, he had the car took an awfully hard hit on the left rear. They brought it in to change the left rear tires 2 laps before that. He brought the car back in just now to double check everything. They seem to have gotten everything off the tire. Nothing seems to be rubbing, and the track bar is not bent. Joe Nemechek has just radioed in and said everything is okay, so they made another chassis adjustment. He's going to try it again.
If the race ended right now, Nemechek would be the champion by 18 points.
Something to keep in mind, though. Nemechek has used all his tires up. Maybe they said they might give him 2 more for the right. Labonte has not used any of his spare tires, so he's still going to have an edge at the end of the race if things go his way.
5-lap penalty, the 20 car of Jimmy Spencer.
Looks like Spencer and the 4 car got together coming up off the corner. There goes Spencer down the inside. Look at Nemechek. He got into the rear of the car, did a lot of damage.
Let's see if somebody turned Dennis Setzer, though, to key that off. That's Kenny Wallace right behind Setzer. No, he and Jimmy Spencer were the cars involved.
Well, I see why Spencer was mad, but it was nothing Nemechek could do. He got sideways, and Nemechek hit him, and it started that reaction there. But still in all, he shouldn't be mad at Joe.
Pit road not yet open. Glenn Jarrett is in Nemechek's pit waiting for that car to come in. We'll go to him then. And Spencer and Nemechek get together a little bit. Bobby Labonte has done everything he can to win the race and the championship. White flag for the Texas Pete car. Here comes Nemechek for the white flag. Tacked onto the back bumper of Mark Martin. Labonte into turn number 3. Coming out of 4, he will win his 3rd race of the season. And the battle out of 4 to the line. Mark Martin leads Joe Nemechek to his Busch Grand National Championship by an unofficial 3 points.
I tell you things, you know, to win a championship, you got to have a good car, and you got to have luck go your way. As much troubles he's in today and still finish this race, he was awful lucky. Labonte did a tremendous job with that car right there winning the race.
Got run into on the caution flag.
When you get beat and you won the race, there's nothing you can say. If he had finished second, they might have an empty feeling, but not right now.
Joe Nemechek got involved in a couple of spins, a scuffle with Jimmy Spencer on the track, still came back to win this title. We'll talk to them when we come back to Hickory Motor Speedway.
Even after being involved in all of that melee in the last race, he would still win the title by 3 points. So his 1992 championship stats are this: 2 wins, 13 top 5s, 18 top 10s a pole, and an average finish of 10th place. Joe Nemechek would wait until 1994 to race in the Cup Series full-time, and he would have to wait for his first career Winston Cup Series win that would come in 1999. He would go on to win 4 career Cup Series races. And once again, that'll do it for another video. Also, thank you guys so much on helping this channel reach 5,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.